been drinking whiskey almost as long as I've been drinking alcohol. So obviously the relation to whiskey has changed. It started out, an easy way to get drunk, and after a while it became one of those drinks where you actually really sit down and enjoy. I have a pretty good collection of single malt whiskeys at home. I enjoy having a whiskey almost any time.
I was probably the last guy in the band to start drinking whiskey. I was more into vodka and gin, but I tried some blended whiskey, but I thought they were pretty lame. It was first when I realized that whiskey had so many different flavors depending on where it's from in the world and how many different blends there are, that I really got into whiskey, and since then I've been in love with whiskey, and I try, wherever I go in the world, I try to drink their whiskeys and see what new stuff I can find.
I don't know. I mean, for me, whiskey is like a personal preference, Some people may find it fruity, some people find it smoky. Of course, smoky is, everyone has that in common, But for me, I like the smokiness.
I think my relation to whiskey is kind of relaxing from a show. I think we have a little tradition in our band that after the show, when everything is packed and the bus is rolling, we sit down, especially me and Jocke, we have a whiskey each and just, talk about the show and relax and trying to get down the adrenaline from the show. Like a nice evening relaxation. I think, I'm not the biggest whiskey drinker, but I've always been like, at least in the past, I was more into the blended stuff. That's kind of general in all drinking. I don't like fancy hoppy beers or anything. I'm kind of more like a lager guy, and the same thing comes with whiskey. I think when we started this journey, it was, we kind of got different whiskeys that we could try out. And for us, it was a blind test, so to say. We didn't really know what came from what. So I think, to be honest, I was surprised myself that we all choose the Swedish one as our favorite. So that's kind of funny, but also I think it's amazing that the guys over here at Agitator are making such an amazing product.
Sweden has such a great whiskey community growing since a bunch of years. I grew up with the whiskey from Scotland and some bourbon from America, but Sweden has really high quality whiskey distilleries, and it felt like it really connects to our heritage, and they do like a Viking whiskey. Then it was great to find a distillery close to us that had a really high quality whiskeys.
We think it's really, really good. And we didn't know that we could have such a great whiskey from Sweden. And when we did the research, they're really innovative, and they have like really fresh minds to the industry and really cool process of making the whiskey. And combine that with the taste of the whiskey, it was an obvious choice.
Well, we wanted to have a bit smoky whiskey to like kind of connect to Ragnarök and Viking ships and tar and smoke. So we decided to go with one based on a smoky Isle base, and then we added some American oak on top of that to give it a bit more bigger taste and more flavors into that. So we managed to find a really good balance to the whiskey.
We work with the peated malts. We choose 2 barrel types. We have the X-Isla, been filled in Scotland with very heavy peated malts. We fill them here with our malt and also a bit of new American oak to get the sweetness and filliness.
It's a really nice single malt whiskey. A really nice note on the nose, and yeah, it's really smooth. Has a nice peatiness to it, about 40 ppms. Really nice balance, I think, and a whiskey that really suits us. That is our taste in whiskey.
I think it's cool that it's a limited run, and it's 3,000 bottles, and every bottle is numbered, and I'm keeping the 666 for myself. So this will be in stores on September 4th.